The internet is a breeding ground for all things strange and mysterious, and we love searching out some of the more unfamiliar ones for you to see what your thoughts are on them. However, during our research, we sometimes come across things that worry us, that are not necessarily entertainment, but a possible cry for help. Here we'll look at 5 such cases where we believe the poster may be trying to tell the viewer something cryptical, and there could be real cause for concern for their welfare. Now, before we get started, don't forget to check out our Patreon page, where for just $2 per month, you can get access to our documentaries that we do not upload to YouTube. So far, we have 3 documentaries on there. One, Murderous Minds on Richard Ramirez. When a human being inflicts the most horrendous things on another human being, it's easy to think they are insane or just plain evil, and were probably born that way. However, in this installment of Murderous Minds, that was not the case. This murderer was very much influenced by a member of his family, and if he hadn't been exposed to some of the things he was from a young age, then the name Richard Ramirez may never have been added to our list of Murderous Minds. A Murderous Minds on Joseph Mengele, and a documentary on the mysterious life and work of Stanley Kubrick. All 3 of those videos are very controversial and contain content that is not deemed advertiser friendly for YouTube, hence our move to Patreon. We will have another documentary uploaded very soon called World War AI: Rise Against the Machines, which is about the possibility of artificial intelligence taking over the world. We are also working on a Jim Jones Murderous Minds that will be released very soon. Thanks for your support, and again, like we've said in previous videos, if you are genuinely in a position where you are not able to afford $2 per month, then email patreon@top5s.co.uk and we will give you access to the documentaries or documentary of your choosing. Thank you for all the support we've been receiving on Patreon. Because we have hit our first goal, we will be releasing the Wars of the World channel very soon, and we'll also be able to continue our Murderous Minds series on Patreon, and all other documentaries that contain un-ad-friendly material. Thank you again to all the patrons, and now hit those lights, sit back, and enjoy. Alexei's call for help. This one is very odd, not just because of the content, but because the creator has paid YouTube to advertise it. We find it strange that YouTube would even contemplate that, considering the content. It caught our attention just recently, as it could be a cry for help. It's certainly not someone trying to make money from YouTube, which is what most YouTube ads are about, so it must have been uploaded for some other reason. At the time of writing this, it has over 11,000 views, and the channel has 132 subs. However, the likes and dislikes, as well as the comments, have been disabled. We'll give you a bit of background on the video. We cannot play you the whole thing, as it's 1 hour and 31 minutes long. The YouTube channel, named Szabo, posted a video on January 26, 2019, called Europe's Torture Chamber. It's the only video uploaded to the channel, and if it's true, the content is pretty disturbing. In the video, a man calling himself Szabo Alexandru is narrating from a bedroom. He appears to be reading from a script positioned in front of him, and for most of the video he appears monotone. But as the video progresses, he does appear to be getting more and more emotional and distressed.
I am a victim of psychotronic torture and a victim of gang stalking by a part of England's population, including its myriad of immigrants, and the majority of Romania's population.
He goes on to make further claims that he is a victim of psychotronic torture, where he explains what is involved.
Psychotronic torture, also loosely called remote trauma-based mind control, means the torture and manipulation of the brain, nervous system and consciousness through the use of classified technology that deploys by satellite grids or other relays electromagnetic waves or other energies to directly read and latch onto your brain's unique electromagnetic fingerprint, thus putting you in this non-consensual 21st century MK Ultra project, which is a 24/7, no release until death or suicide torture program. Implants could be used as well.
Now, these are scary claims. He talks about gang stalking, which he described as a persecution of the mind, in a deliberate attempt to destroy his sanity. As the video goes on, he continues with these claims in some detail. He sporadically smokes a cigarette, and around a half hour he takes a drink of Lucozade. He describes how he grew up, he struggled with his mental health and was bullied, culminating him having a mental breakdown at 17, when he was admitted to hospital. After he returned home, he developed agoraphobia and flunked school and was generally in a bad way. After that, he tried college, but again his mental health deteriorated, and he was admitted to a psych ward. He claims that it was around this time, when he was 21, that the remote torture started. He details the torture he has suffered over many years, and the damage it has done to his mind. He claims the torture is carried out remotely by what he calls handlers. Here he tells of a time his torture escalated whilst he was staying in a hostel in Britain.
Here, for some reason, my torture escalated greatly. The handlers turned the voice-to-skull to extreme volume, resembling CIA sound torture. It was constant and deafening. I would hide in the bathroom with the lights closed and put my hands over my ears, or squirm on the floor in my room. They also increased the power of the signal on me, so I couldn't think almost at all, and the hysteria torture by facial manipulation. Something interesting is that during this I had a radio on the side of my room, and whenever I approached it, the channels, which were crystal, turned to static.
He goes into detail about all the different methods of tortures and the effects they have had on all parts of his mind and body, depending on the method used. Some of his claims are horrific, and he claims that it's still going on. A lot of what he is saying sounds like paranoia, blaming his ex-girlfriend, family, and other people in his life for the suffering he is experiencing. To really understand what he is trying to say, you have to listen to the whole video, although we'll warn you that it's quite distressing and the timeline jumps around a bit. Towards the end of the video, he says he has moved in with his mother to Surrey, a country in southeast England, where they both work in a warehouse, and he insists the torture continues, although it's not so frequent, but he has to continuously fight to stay alive. He ends by saying the claims in the video are a condensed version of what has happened to him. Now, we're not sure what to make of this, and our first thoughts are that this is a very unstable, mentally unwell man, and of course we wish him well. But there is a part of us that fears he may be telling a grain of truth, as we know that these government projects do go on. If this man works in a warehouse in Surrey, as he claims, we're hoping some of our viewers may recognise him and shed some light on his situation, and maybe offer some help. It's just strange that YouTube would allow this to be an advertisement, as we're almost certain all ads have to be approved. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Kate Yupp. Kate Yupp is a YouTuber who posted her first video on the 23rd of April 2018. Her channel in itself is slightly bizarre and not for those with a queasy stomach. Her content is known as mukbang, a Korean word that translated to English means eating broadcast. This online sensation originated in South Korea in 2014 and was usually live streamed on a Korean platform called Africa TV. But since it grew in popularity, it is now practiced on video platforms around the world. The format generally involves the host sitting down and devouring a ton of food on camera. Kate Yupp, like many other mukbang channels, chooses to eat mostly raw food and gorges on piles of uncooked seafood with occasional cooked accompaniments and dips, all whilst only showing the bottom half of her masked face. Her videos feature no audio apart from the sound of her eating and the occasional on-screen text. Surprisingly, in quite a short space of time, Kate acquired over 500,000 subs and millions of views. However, in June 2019, viewers became concerned about Kate's well-being when they noticed bruising on her arms and a sore on her lip. The injuries caused the comments to blow up with wild conspiracy theories about Kate being abused, held against her will, or being forced to eat those huge quantities of food to gain views. There were also suggestions that Kate was being starved, and that was why she was devouring food so quickly, with no breaks in between. This theory came about after in one video, Kate starts eating unusually fast and the table moved, as though someone had kicked it. Again in this video, viewers noticed an action that Kate had never done before. She started tapping her fingers against the rim of the bowl, which viewers believed was Morse code, and when decoded, they claim it said, "I need help." Another cue from this video which sparked suspicion is the subtitles. The highlighted letters seem to form the word SOS. After all the concerns shown, Kate Jupp responded with a pinned comment. "It's not Morse code, that isn't even how Morse code works, it's a series of short and long pulses." Even thinking outside of the box by assuming she is using one finger for long pulses and one finger for short pulses. She taps 3 fingers on the bowl. It's just random tapping, there is no correlation between her tapping and Morse code. I couldn't identify a single letter. Every other claim, aside from the bruises, is just silly. Why would a captor let her edit the videos? That doesn't even make sense. And if Joe YouTuber could spot the SOS, so would they. And if she knew enough to use SOS as a call for help, why on earth wouldn't she have tapped that on the bowl? It's the only Morse code I have memorized. Also, the bowl moves, so what, because her other hand is resting on it. It moves perfectly with the rest of her body. Finally, her lip does not look busted, it's either a cold sore, which would explain it showing up more than once, or a bad blemish. However, this comment just fueled the conspiracy, as it had obviously just been copied and pasted from someone else's comment, or someone else had written it. Not long after, #SaveKateYupp started doing the rounds. But to further reassure her viewers, Kate put up a post on Community that read, "Hello everyone, it's urgent to clarify my situation. Everything is okay for me, nobody forcing me to eat, and I have any health problems. These marks on my arms are caused by the sun, just like this wound on my lip, usually called herpes labialis. I love what I do, be sure, thanks yous." She also posted another mukbang video in August 2019 titled "I'm Alive." But this did nothing to allay viewers' fears. Actually, it intensified them, when it was spotted that she had again capitalized some of the screen text through the video, and this is what it spelled. In some more outlandish claims, people started linking Kate Jupp to Carly Gus, a 16-year-old who went missing on October 13th, 2018, from Mono County, California. They cited the similarities between the two, both brunette with the same nose, chin, and smile. However, we discount this theory, as Kate Jupp first posted a video in April of 2018, some 6 months before Carly Gus disappeared. What is a bit concerning though, is that Kate Jupp hasn't posted a video since November the 10th, 2019, in which she munched her way through a mountain of raw seafood in an upload titled, "I lose my tooth during this meal," in which she does appear to lose a tooth but carries on eating regardless. To be honest, we find the whole thing very disturbing, and are not sure why she has a toothbrush strapped to her arm. At this point, nobody can be sure that she is being held hostage, and there isn't any actual solid proof to show that she is indeed in danger, although it does appear that she may have a serious eating disorder, possibly bulimia, and her teeth are rotting because she makes herself vomit. This is of course just a speculation, and we are by no means saying that she has this. We sincerely hope that Kate Jupp gets the help she needs, if indeed she does need it. What she is doing, whether she has an eating disorder or not, may have serious consequences to her health. Shima Luanns' disappearance. It's not unusual for YouTubers to abandon their channels, even when they appear to be doing well. There can be several reasons for this. After all, it's an unpredictable way to make a living, and the pressure to pump out a video nearly every day can take its toll. So although it's sad when someone feels they can't do it anymore, there is usually a reason behind it. However, with Shima Luann, it seems even the channel she worked for have no idea what happened to her. Here is a little background on who she is. Shima is an American YouTuber who created a YouTube channel with the same name in 2008, although she didn't start uploading videos until 2015. And to start with, these were narrations of old novels. However, it was clear Shima had a great voice, and she soon began working for Australian list channel Planet Dolan and Super Planet Dolan. Shima was a popular member of the PD crew, and when Super Planet Dolan was created in August 2015, she became one of the channel's most active voice actors and artists, narrating fun facts in animated list-style videos. Like most of the Planet Dolan characters, she never revealed her face, but instead had a pink feline cat as her avatar. Shima soon ditched the book narrations on her own channel and started uploading amusing blooper videos from when her narrations went wrong on SPD. She also did live streams with fellow PD crew member Halbend on his channel. Everything seemed to be going well. Then in a video called "Do Penguins Have Knees?" this happened.
Hey guys, this episode was the last appearance by Shima. We recorded this around about March and it's been in production since then. Now a lot of you have been asking, where Shima's been. She hasn't been on Twitter or her own channel or anything like that. And the simple answer is we don't really know either. We know that she's safe, but she's stopped talking to pretty much everyone. So unfortunately she won't be appearing in any more episodes. At least at this point we don't think she will be. I would just like to politely ask everyone to respect her privacy. And if you see any other comments on other videos asking where Shima, just let them know that we're not really sure. And if we do hear from her again, I have sent her multiple messages, then we will let you guys know.
Of course, worried fans went into a frenzy and became concerned, believing Shima was in danger. There were even claims that she had died, although the person who claims this, a character going by the name of Rare Kirby, has since been discredited as making this claim up. There were rumours that Shima's personal information had been compromised, and fans had found out who she really was and where she lived, leaving her in fear of stalkers. Some fans were even getting angry with Planet Dolan, believing they were covering something up. Shima's last encounter online was while playing Minecraft on a community server in October 2016, where she confirmed she had left on her own accord, but gave no reason why. This was confirmed personally on October 28, 2016, in one of Danger Dolan's Q&A streams on Super Planet Dolan. Then, almost a year later, in August 2017, Super Planet Dolan posted a video called The Future of Planet Dolan.
People obviously didn't get the message, so I have to keep letting you know what's going on. But I'm going to reiterate, we don't know where she is. She just vanished off the internet one day. I really hope she's okay, but none of us have heard from her. And look, she has done this before. When we get guest appearances on for SPD, that's because she'd vanished for 3 months at a time without warning, and so we'd really have to scramble because she was, one of our key writers, our key co-star, and it sucked. It sucked. There's not much you can do at that stage. I did my best to keep things going. And then we get comments like this one from Cartoons and Junk, which is, regular Plant Dolan is still good, but Soup Plant Dolan has gone to trash since Shima left. First of all, I just want to say I feel really sorry for the plant. It's trying its best, but we get comments like this all the time. People unsub or they stop watching because she's gone. There's literally not a single thing we can do about that, guys. As the old cliche goes, the show must go on, regardless. We all miss having her around, but sometimes her name will pop up on Steam, so we're pretty sure she's still alive, but she can't spend 5 seconds to let us know she's okay or that she's not coming back. We assume it's because she has anxiety, and that's why. It just sucks.
Shima appeared to have been missing now for over 3 years. None of her online platforms have been updated, and basically no one seems to know where she is. Obviously, Shima Luan is not her real name, and she may still be very much active under a different name. However, for her fans and the online community, it would put their mind at rest if either Shima herself, or somebody very close to her, could confirm that she is okay, to put an end to the conspiracy theories and the enduring mystery about her whereabouts. A strange website. Now, this is one of those weird websites that no one can quite decipher. It's called 973EHT NAMUH 973, which sounds like gibberish, but is actually just the words, the human spelled backwards, with the number 973 on each side. When you enter the site, you are greeted with an upside down triangle of letters, spelling abracadabra, There is obviously some significance to this, but no one seems to know what it is. As you browse through the site, it's full of biblical, numerical, and occult symbols, as well as quotes and some grotesque paintings of misshapen human heads. It appears to have connections with both religious and spiritual beliefs, possibly Buddhism and Christianity, although it also has sinister undertones. The site was created back in the early 2000s and has slowly gained traction since then, and has become somewhat of a sleeper hit on various online message boards. There is also a forum on the site itself dedicated to deciphering some of the codes and messages, indicating the site has been deliberately created to confuse and spark debate among those who view it. The intricacy of the codes has led many people to believe it's the work of a mathematician, although others claim it's merely a clever art project designed to drag you down the rabbit hole, similar to Cicada 3301. And some of those who have been dragged into it have claimed trying to crack the codes has left them nowhere. It seems the mystery of the codes is just as baffling as its creator, whose identity remains unknown. Although several names have been suggested, no one has ever come forward to claim its work. The site is still active, although it's not been updated recently. However, the forum is very much alive. Take a look and let us know what you make of it. Suspected killer. This next one is random, but after we looked into it further, there does seem to be something odd about it. On July 17, 2017, user Secret Notebook posted in the Reddit community Our Relationships, a post titled, I 30 female found a hidden journal of my husband 30 of 4 years and think he has some kind of disturbing obsession with women. This is what the original post said. I was on a cleaning spree today and folded my husband's clothes in his closet. Usually he just leaves them piled up on the shelves, so I was sorting and organising things when I found a notebook stuffed way back behind some of the clothes. Since it was out of place and I was curious, I flipped through it. What I found is really creeping me out. It's almost full, and every page is devoted to what seems to be a running list of women he knows. I saw names of his friends, my friends, people he works with, people in both of our families, and random women he'd interacted with, like cashier at Walmart, or Burger King drive-thru attendant, and then the date he was there. There were also women he had no apparent interaction with, like women I pass in front of store, on street, and the date and time. After he writes their names and when, and sometimes where, he sees them, he then makes detailed notes of their appearance, what they were wearing, their hairstyles and makeup. The most detailed notes are about the shape of their body and the size of particular parts like breasts and hips. He comments on their weight, their proportions, how attractive or unattractive he thinks their breasts or waists are, how their outfit hides or reveals or emphasizes those features, sometimes ranking them on a scale of 1 to 10. I didn't read everything. There was pages and pages of this crap, but I saw enough to get the general picture. That's all that's in the journal, just pages full of his descriptions of practically every woman he has met, even the most passing of encounters with. I've never heard of anything like this. I've never noticed him flirting or sexting with anyone. He's never cheated to my knowledge. He's never had any female relationships that has set off any red flags for me, and most of his friends are guys anyway. He's not big on partying, or out late, or unreachable at weird times. In short, looking at our lives together, there isn't anything in our daily life that's made me suspicious, either now or in the past. We spend a lot of our family free time together, doing shared things we both enjoy, and are usually very good communicators. What should I make of this? He seems obsessed just from the sheer amount of entries he's made, and the detail that goes into them. He's kept this journal since March, according to the dates. It's one of those thick 1-inch spiral notebooks, to give an idea of how much he's written. But on the other hand, I can't think of any other signs that he's cheating. Is it a good idea to ask him about what this all is? It's all a bit strange, and the post caught the imagination of those who read it, and most agreed that it was an odd thing to be doing. Some suggested the guy was possibly suffering from a form of OCD. Others felt maybe he had problems with his gender, and his obsession with the details of these women was because he feels like one. Although most thought it was beyond abnormal and a sick form of objectifying and stalking women. The overriding feeling was that there was no innocent reason for keeping a notebook full of detailed descriptions and ratings of women hidden in your closet. Commenters became convinced this man was compiling a list of women that could potentially be victims he'd later pick out. In a twist to the story, inexplicably, the original post was deleted and the thread has been locked by the mods. The user, Secret Notebook, has been suspended, although not deleted. Also, a lot of the original comments have now been deleted by both users and mods. However, new threads have opened up about the post, and many are concerned for the welfare of the wife, fearing she was also in his notebook and has become one of his victims. But since everything's just gone dead on this, we have no way of knowing. If any of you know who User Secret Notebook is, we'd be happy to hear in the comments that she is okay. So that's 5 of the many disturbing internet mysteries out there that we should really try and solve. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.